Hi, so I'm here with Scott Coons on second day PDC, and Lazy Coder. If you can find him on Twitter, twitter.com whack Lazy Coder. Actually, Twitter's amazing because that's how we've gotten to know each other a little bit over time.
We also have a podcast, herdingcode.com.
Herdingcode.com.
With John Galloway, who is the master of the Microsoft PDC.com domain.
Fantastic. So Scott, what is the coolest thing that you're seeing here at PDC? I mean, what's the thing you're going to be talking about on your podcast next week?
Well, we've already talked about it actually.
Okay.
The Managed Extensibility Framework.
Managed Extensibility Framework.
We had Glenn Block on, and we talked about it over 2 episodes.
Yep.
And it's going to be huge. It's going to be everywhere. It's in the system dot namespace. So
Nice.
It's going to be built into the framework. You saw Scott Guthrie give a demo of extending Visual Studio at runtime using MEF. We were just talking with Jason Olson about ways to extend TDD and testing using MEF. I think it's going to force developers to write more decoupled code because they're going to be able to just add it in at runtime without having to do a lot of compiler tricks. And I think it's going to be huge.
That's awesome. So TDD is obviously one place where you guys have already talked about it. How does this help TDD?
I think it mainly helps TDD by forcing
The decoupling of code.
decoupling of code. So you're programming against a contract or an interface instead of programming against a concrete type. So you automatically have this decoupling that occurs between your components, the consumers, and the providers. So that means you can start to mock those out. You can test those separately.
Very cool. So and that's going to be available. When
You
when
can
that's
download the MEF preview from Codeplex right now, including the source code, which is under the MSPL. So you're free to take it and do what you need to with it, whatever you want to do. And I think it's going to be v.next 4.0, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. So that is obviously the coolest thing, and that you're seeing. And you already done a podcast on herding code with John Galloway and Glenn Block.
Kevin Dente and K. Scott Allen is on there from Pluralsight.
Okay.
Very big name.
Cool.
And John Galloway and I are on the podcast, and we did one with Glenn Block, 2-part episode. He explains all about it.
Very cool. So what else are you seeing here at PDC that you're excited about? Like, for example, the Windows Azure stuff or the Windows 7 stuff. Does any of that stuff switch your split?
Azure, I like from a competitive standpoint. I like seeing more competition in the cloud services market. We'll see how it works out over time.
Yeah.
The coolest thing so far has been Scott Hanselman's Baby Smash.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. So tell us a little about that presentation.
So he took this WPF application that he wrote for his kids called Baby Smash. And it's just a little application that lets the kids bang on the keyboard and it'll bring up letters and faces that'll smile at them and laugh. And he ported it to a Microsoft Surface table. He ported it to a Windows mobile phone. And he enabled it with web services to store information about how many times the baby has clicked A or Z or whatever key on the keyboard. Then he was able to use that to report on the data in the database. And so a lot of it was showing off new features that are coming, but the fact that he was able to take what has usually been marketing fluff and show it in a concrete way. So we're not kidding when you say this WPF stuff, this XAML is going to translate between apps.
Yep, absolutely. And I like that presentation because I was actually in John Lamb's Iron Ruby talk while it was going on and participating via Twitter.
Yeah.
Because he was twittering out about okay, everybody go to this URL and start smashing A, and it was cool.
I posted a tweet during the keynote. I said my prediction in 3 years Scott Hanselman will be giving keynotes.
I like that. Yeah. So possibly the next PDC we'll see Scott up
I think
here.
so.
All right. Well, Scott, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with us here for a minute. And everybody else, go to herdingcode.com.
Herdingcode.com.
Herdingcode.com. All right. So thanks.